Oh, right. He was like, I was very intimidated. I'm like, oh shit, we did not come off well, guys.
We're just scary.
We're like the Clique.
Mean girls. On Wednesdays, we wear Blink. Stop trying to make vibe happen.
Oh, God.
Fantasy. And I'm going to stop right there because we know we don't want to get sued. So, welcome to your favorite fantasy, the Moshpit podcast. And as I say that, I don't know if it just sounds super lame or super dirty or somewhere in between, but I'm sticking with it. I am a third of the hosts here in this dreamscape of pop punk that has your head in the clouds. That was a sentence. Anyway, my name is Michelle, joined by the other 2/3 of this podcast, Brianne and Kelly. How are you, ladies?
Surviving. You know.
Surviving? Elaborate?
Yeah, the past week and a half, I've had really bad, like, jaw and, like, gum pain. So, like, my mouth just hurts really bad, and I haven't been sleeping lately, so I might be a little feisty on this episode because I'm currently running on, like, 3 hours of sleep for the past week.
Oof.
So.
Ooh, look out, everybody. And I'm over here with, like, lobster red skin, like, burnt to the crisp. So, there's that.
Well, I am sorry to hear that. Reality is a bitch. But that's why, this episode, we're going to take you into an emo kid's fantasy. So, break out those brackets, guys, because we are picking the best of the best this episode as we hop into the imaginations of Michelle, Brianne, and Kelly for the ultimate concert lineups, our choice of super band, and ultimate fantasy merch item. And if you want to get in on the discussion, give us a follow at the Moshpit Pod on Facebook and Instagram and tell us your picks. What would you love to see on just one full concert? What is your favorite vocalist with your favorite guitarist? All that cool stuff. So we're going to get into that in a little bit. But first, as always, say it with me, ladies. Music news!
Alright, so starting off music news, we have a lot of new music to talk about.
What's new?
Yeah, accurate. Quarantine content coming at you hot. So Point North has a new album, Brand New Vision. This is the second half of the album.
They released like 5 singles, I want to say, 5 or 6 even, which is pretty much half the album. There are 11 songs.
Yeah, I was like listening to it, and I'm like, is this just, are we not doing a Point North Day? But I guess it's just the fact that they just released a ton of new singles. I really liked it. They used a lot of really cool sound effects and distortion in a fun way to accent the songs, rather than like some bands go a little overboard and it just sounds like, auto-tune like crazy. My personal favorite was probably Into the Darkness. It gave me a lot of top 40 vibes. Like, it could easily be on the radio at any point. But what'd you guys think?
I liked it. I had a lot of hype because, like, I liked a lot of the singles and they all sounded, like, kind of different from each other. So I was really interested to see what the rest of the album was going to sound like. But I thought it was really good. I liked Nothing Left to Lose a lot. Probably Lethal was my second favorite after Heartbeat, which was one of the singles they released. I just think overall, like we've talked about this before, but Point North is so unique, and I feel like this album really, like, if you listen to it cover to cover, it's like they're really good storytellers, but it sounds so different than what we listen to every day, and it just kind of like carves its own little spot in your music playlist and your listening, and they do just really, really good.
Well, yeah, and it's not just the fact that they are different from other bands, it's that every song sounds so different. Like,
Yeah.
going from Into the Darkness, which could be on, like, a top 40 radio, Personal was giving me, like, old school Paramore, like, Riot era vibes, and then, like, on Lethal, his, like, whisper singing kind of reminded me of, like, Ed Sheeran almost. Like, obviously, it ends up getting a little harder, and then it transitions out of that, but... Yeah, that's, I mean, it's crazy how different they can be just from song to song.
Yeah, definitely. I totally agree. You know, like Kelly said, beyond the singles that we already heard, this album's a jam, and they have this really dope, unique sound. And the album, you know, after I kind of listened to it through, it gave me almost like an Evanescence vibe, and I'm really digging it. And yeah, I mean, for me, it was really hard for me to pick a favorite because, like, from the get-go, Into the Dark, I think, was my top, and which was odd considering I'm not a fan of Kellen Quinn, and he was featured on it. But, you know, his like, kind of higher voice was a good contrast to John's vocals. And, yeah, everything was just so good, but I think No One's Listening probably has a little bit of a top spot for me. Maybe it's I have a soft spot for it just because so they wrote it in support of the inequality that migrant Americans face, and they shared some abolish ICE petitions when promoting it, and so for me as a daughter of immigrants, it's an issue near and dear to my heart. And not to get political, but we only ever kind of skirt around these issues on the mosh pit. But to come out right out and say it, you know, shit's happening at the border, and it's not cool. And, you know, if you have strong feelings about it, I highly suggest watching Immigration Nation on Netflix. It is an eye-opener for people who may not have first-hand experience with this. I watched not even a full episode, and I was crying my eyes out. But yeah, anyways, on another note, Brand New Vision, great album. Give it a listen because this band is going to be huge. I feel it deep in my bones. Kelly, seriously, like what you said, they're unique. They're different than anything else in the scene, and I think they're going to be big guys.
Mm-hmm. And like the fact that they, you know, were promoting things that and like causes that mean something to them. Like they I remember we talked about them doing donations and things like that to during like the beginning of COVID, and like donating to different charities and trying to get their fans to donate to different charities. And like they're not just a great band, like they're great people, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
And like we've never met them, but they seem like just real wholesome, and gotta love that.
For sure.
Okay, next new music for you, Sleep on It, who I absolutely love, and they have, especially during this time, a very special place in my heart because they were the last band that I saw live. Yeah, but Sleep on It released, I think they're doing like a small and I'm just gonna say small album, like an EP probably, of reimagined songs from Pride and Disaster, and they recently released After Tonight. And when I saw that they were releasing new songs, I was super pumped because new Sleep on It is very exciting. But
I was a little disappointed after when I realized it was just a reimagined song.
I know. I freaked out. I didn't read the whole post. I was like, ah. And then I finished reading the post and I was like, ah. So it was just like a slightly lower yell, but it was still a yell. But yeah, After Tonight Reimagined was pretty good. They had like kind of a new guitar melody and like echoey sound to make it like a little more poppy and like different. But I feel like, as with most reimagined songs we've heard lately, like the Grayscale ones too, the originals are just so perfect. It's like hard to beat them. But my only other comment is I feel like they released it, like it's kind of soon to do a reimagined version considering Pride and Disaster came out last year. But I mean, I'm always open for new Sleep on It, so whatever.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, it was odd to me, but whatever, it's here.
Right.
I dig it.
That's my exact sentiment.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, the song is one of my favorites off of Pride and Disaster. So the reimagined was kind of cool. The intro was fun. And it's definitely more poppy than the original. It reminded me of like neon pop punk from early 2010s, kind of like early Avenue-esque. And
Every
yeah.
Avenue?
Yes.
I was about to say that, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. Every Avenue, like esque, like it's S.
Oh, you said Early Avenue.
You said Early Avenue.
Did I say early Avenue?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, technically,
Okay.
it was their early.
I'm sure they're pretty cool.
Every Avenue? I don't know.
Every
I'm just trying to
Avenue.
make up-
Okay. So yeah, like Every Avenue-esque, and you know, I say it all the time that I fall in love with voices, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it right now that if I could marry a voice, it would be Zach Flusters, and I don't even believe in marriage, so that is how strongly I feel about his amazing vocals. But I think maybe I would also say that about like Ollie's, because I was very vocal about his vocals. I don't know. I guess it just depends on what I'm listening to at the moment, but I fall in love with those voices. But
yeah, true.
but this is my gold star, my 5-star review for the vocals from Sleep on It.
So I'm gonna drop some really shocking news. I have not listened to this band before.
way.
No way,
What?
Brianne!
Guys, shocker,
I'm
y'all.
so surprised!
No.
I know.
I'm in shock and awe. Both of them.
So I listened to the original and the new reimagined one like back to back for the first time. I listened to them both twice through, and I don't notice like a huge difference. So it's like it was kind of like with Grayscale. There were some songs where they like went so far out. At least it was different, even if it wasn't like good. This one's just so similar to me that I'm just kind of like, what was the point? Both were really good. Not saying that they were bad. It was just kind of like you could have just kept the original. There was
like
really no
why?
point to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I can totally feel that. It definitely was very similar. It was just that I think it was definitely more poppy. That was the little more
that's fair.
reimagined side of it. And I mean, I'm sure, you know, our trained musical ears may have missed it, but I'm sure there might be some, you know, stuff going on in the technical aspect of the music that we totally
Fair.
know about.
Totally.
Fair.
Yeah, like, you know, time signatures and tempos and
Yes.
yeah, whatever. Yeah, well, maybe we should go back to college and learn about, you know, music theory and all that stuff.
Too bad we
You
went
know
to
who-
a business school.
Yeah, too bad we went to business school. But we did do radio in college, even though it was a business school. And, you know, another new song came from college radio.
Segway.
Really great job on that transition.
They just released a new song called Untitled, our friends in college radio. If you recall, they were on episode 4. Yes? Was it episode 4? Yeah,
three?
go.
Well,
3.
I thought it was
4?
earlier than that.
it's a single digit.
It was
episode
it was
towards the
episode
beginning.
4. It was music in the time of Corona. Go listen to it.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I was really into it. I like literally the first words out of my mouth as I was listening to it, I was like, "Ooh, yes, let's get it. Nice." It's definitely got some underground punk show vibes in that guitar intro. Like, if anyone out there has ever been to the Meat Locker in Montclair, New Jersey, that is the sound I would expect to hear in that sketchy ass basement venue.
I'm gonna laugh so hard when they like message us when they hear this of like, so we have as sketchy as, is that what Starbucks sounds like? So I remember that we were joking around how they sound about Starbucks and pine trees because they're from Seattle.
Yes, exactly. So, I'm digging it. It had me dancing. Like, I would love to see the song live because I'd be bouncing around in the front row for this. But yeah, go check them out. You know, we posted about it a while back. They got signed to Third String Records in July, though they are definitely a first string band. So I am excited to see them put out an album soon. Because, I mean, if you're a fan and have listened to all our episodes, you'll recall that they mentioned they have some, you know, music ready to go. So it should, you know, perhaps we'll see something soon.
Oh, yeah.
So the one thing I noticed with them was when we first interviewed them, a lot of their songs were like great, but their production value obviously wasn't like as up to snuff just because they weren't signed. The production value on this is, like, so nice. Like everything is so crisp and clear. What band did we review recently that had issues with mixing where you couldn't hear shit? Yeah. So it's nice to see a band that's, like, their first, like, real well-produced song that they just nailed it. Like, it gave me some real good, shimmy in the back of a crowd vibes, because we know I don't actually go into mosh pits anymore.
You guys are so opposite. I would totally be in the front row for this one. Back row. Sway.
Kelly, you would be with me. Don't even pretend.
I would. Oh, I definitely would. I'm not pretending for anything. Especially with my sunburn right now. If anyone ever touched me, I would scream. But I would try. I would try to, mosey on into the center for a moment, and then I would join you in the back.
Side note for sunburn at a show thing. Michelle will remember this. Freshman year, spring weekend, the concert that was there was Third Eye Blind, which was Saturday night. But Saturday during the day, I got so sunburned. And then Sunday night, we went to Providence and we saw We the Kings and a couple other bands. I can't remember who else was there. I just remember it was you, me, and Mike. Was those Time Low? Probably was.
Yeah.
I just remember it was We the Kings because I remember it was you, me, Mike Tag, and Brendan.
That was freshman year? I thought that was sophomore.
I thought
it all blends together at this point.
I just remember that concert. Maybe it was another time I got sunburned. I got sunburned a lot. I am very pale. But I just remember being in the front row of We the Kings, just people jumping up and down. And it was one of those things, I timed my jumps to match the people behind me, so it didn't rub as much.
Just thinking of that is making me, like, cringe. Ugh. Oh my god. I'm just even this blanket touching my shoulders, it's, like, painful. I can't. Alright. You guys kind of said it all. I think it's really great. I think they did awesome. I'm very excited to hear more from them. I got kind of like Green Day vibes from the intro, which I enjoyed quite a bit. Kind of like early-ish Green Day, but I really enjoyed it. I'm excited for them that they got signed and excited for them putting out new stuff, and I can't wait to hear more from them, and hopefully they'll be able to come out to the East Coast. Maybe go to the Meat Locker.
Maybe.
Hopefully they'll remember us, and then we can interview them again when they hit it big.
They better remember us.
We're very memorable, so.
That is very true.
We're tough to forget, like it or not, for better or worse.
Apparently intimidating as well, according to Mike last episode.
Oh, right? He was like, I was very intimidated. I'm like, oh, shit, we did not come off well, guys.
We're
just scary.
We're like the Clique.
Mean girls. On Wednesdays, we wear Blink.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. I love it.
Stop trying to make vibe happen.
Oh, God. All right.
Oh, God. Okay, on to some new music from Girlfriends, who is a kind of a brand new pop punk duo that we talked about on our last episode. They released their very first single called California, and they, about a week later, followed it up with their next single called Eyes Wide Shut. And I think after 2 songs, I can officially say that I am a fan of theirs. I've been listening to both, like, a lot. They're both super fun and upbeat and very pop punky, which I'm just so excited and definitely in the mood for what they're doing.
Yeah, I agree. I am all about this. I am on the Girlfriends train. I, too, am officially a Girlfriends fan. Yeah, I mean, Kelly, you said it. It's what we need right now, and I'm about it. By the way, Travis Mills, and I hope I'm correct in saying this, that it's the same Travis Mills that is in Girlfriend, the same T Mills that Kelly was gushing about last episode. He now has a podcast on Apple Music called I Miss Radio.
I didn't know this.
Yeah, it's basically reminiscing about music that we've forgotten, and he premiered a show with I Miss Emo Radio with guests Newfound Glory. So, you know...
Oh, I have to go listen to that.
I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah, at the risk of sending our listeners to a competing podcast, go check it out. It was actually pretty good.
That's like, so he talks about like different bands that he misses, or different
like, genres,
whatever,
bands. Yeah, I think anything. It was his first episode, so we'll see.
That's pretty sweet.
I
like
concur with everything.
Do you remember segment that we might do one day?
One day.
Oh shit, who did that song? Do you remember? We were young.
All the times we had to.
No, not that one.
No.
It's oh my god.
Because that's haiku graduation. I'm pretty sure.
No, it was. We said we'd run away together, holding on to one another. I'll steal the car, steal the credit cards. Fuck, I need to figure out what song this is because that would be.
That?
I don't think
I was gonna say
song.
Mayday Parade at first, but
No.
It's correct.
It's like a one hit wonder. Like,
I have no idea.
hold on. Do you remember by the Summer Obsession?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think I know
Nope,
that.
I don't think I know what that is.
Wait, we need to bask in this. There's a song I know that you guys don't fucking know.
Oh,
right,
man!
right.
All right, well,
Okay.
Earned it.
there we go. Snaps for Brie.
Back to business. I too am jumping on the girlfriend's train, bandwagon, whatever vehicle you want to call it. They're really good. It gave me a lot of. It was not that
You
funny,
gave Kelly the giggles.
It's just, I really like when people say vehicle and like just say it with such a straight face. I really like it. Sorry, keep going.
That's the most random.
It's just really funny.
Okay. Whew. Okay, back to.
I can't stop.
Oh, it hurts my mouth to laugh.
It hurts me too. It hurts so much.
Oh, Kelly, you're making me laugh. Woo-wee.
Alright. We're good. I'm sweating. Okay.
Oh, good lord. Okay.
Sorry. Okay. We're good. It's totally fine.
Whew, okay. Yeah, I'm definitely adding their stuff to, like, my road trip playlist. Like, I can just see both California and, shit, what's the name of the song now? Eyes Wide Shut. I can see both songs just, like, you're in the passenger seat, rocking out, like, feet on the dashboard, dancing. I know you're not supposed to have your feet on the dashboard, but we won't tell anyone.
I do that all the time.
But yeah, I really liked them. I really like their song. I cannot wait. Are they just releasing singles, do we know? Or are they planning with an album?
We'll
have
see.
no
I mean,
idea.
for now, I think it's just singles.
Well, let's
but-
keep our fingers crossed for an album.
Yeah. I mean, remember, I thought Stand Atlantic was just releasing singles, and then it turned out that they had an album coming. Speaking of Stand Atlantic.
Segue.
They recently were on Like a Version, and they covered Juice WRLD's Righteous, and it was fantastic. And it's funny because I recently discovered that there's an alt-rock radio station in my area, and I have been elated. I've been hearing a lot of dope new music on it. One song in particular that they've been playing is a single from Juice WRLD's posthumous album, Legends Never Die, with Marshmello. And guys, let me tell you, I am digging it so hard. And I've been listening to that, and then I heard Stan Atlantic's cover of Juice WRLD's Righteous off of the album, and I've been listening to that as well. And I have to say, I've been shitting on rap a lot lately because, I have major problems with Machine Gun Kelly, who's making waves in the scene for no reason. Anyways, we're not going to get into that again.
Oh my god.
But no, this is a great album with fantastic collaborations. So here I am, guys, on my pop punk podcast recommending a rap album.
Never thought I would have seen the day.
I really liked the cover. It gave me a lot of Pop Punk Goes Blank CDs. You remember those? Like Punk Goes.
Oh, the Punk Girls, yeah.
Love those.
Punk Goes, whatever.
Yeah.
I miss those, and I feel like if they like the rap one from back in the day, Pump Goes Crunk.
Yes.
Crunk,
Oh,
I
yeah.
believe is the name of it.
Yeah.
It had a lot of like bands like rapping actually, versus like now the rap scene. There's a lot more actual like. It's questionable whether it's actually rap or singing. Like Juice WRLD, Post Malone. Like there's plenty of different rappers now that actually kind of sing, even though whatever.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see that kind of crossover now versus before when Say Anything did Baby I Got Your Money. Like it was so weird, but like also I loved it. So it would be nice to actually see.
Yeah, I want the main to do a Post Malone song because I would want Jono singing
That would be really sweet.
That is what I want, and I need it now. I needed it yesterday. I'm going to message Jono and the mains accounts right now.
Needs to happen.
Our last item in music news is actually not new music. All Time Low's Monsters hit top 5 on the alternative charts, and that's the highest they've gotten. So snaps All Time Low. Loving on them.
And the alt radio station I mentioned before, they've been playing Monsters on it, and I was like, what? I was super stoked.
Also, All Time Low was nominated for a VMA for
Some Kind of Disaster.
Thank you. I was about to say Something's Gotta Give, and that's like, that is not the name of the song. Some Kind of Disaster, but unfortunately, they didn't win. They announced
who won, Brienne? Who won?
Our good old friend, Machine Gun Kelly, fucking won for an alternative VMA.
Shaking my fist.
But it was for Bloody Valentine, which you all liked, so...
I know, but like...
Breathe.
I still feel like All Time Low deserved it over Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I'm not, like, completely angry. I'm just, like, annoyed now versus, like, actual anger.
Still got anger here.
Also, to be fair, out of all of All Time Low's music videos, Some Kind of Disaster is probably not my favorite off the new album.
Fair. That is fair.
Like, if they had put up Sleeping In against them, like,
ooh, yeah.
How do you say no to a PSA about adopting animals?
Exactly, right?
That's very true.
That could have won easily. True. But either way, congrats Machine Gun Kelly, because out of all of the songs he could win alternative for, I am okay with that. It was Bloody Valentine. But the funniest part about this whole thing is I didn't even know, well, first of all, I kind of forgot about the VMAs, but I didn't even know they were nominated until their Instagram post about how if they won the VMA, they were going to do the WAP dance. And
I saw that.
It's just videos.
Today.
Yeah. It's just videos of them, like, turning on the song and about to start dancing and them calling each other, like, oh, we didn't win. And then at one point, Alex screams, "You will never see this. You guys need to vote." so upset. It was so great. So go check out their Instagram post. It was quite funny and entertaining.
There'll always be winners in our hearts.
Always.
All right, that's a wrap for music news, but we've got a couple pieces of what we'll call concert news for you. The first one is I attended the Maine's live stream concert on, what day was that? August 29th. And it was the Flowers on the Grave concert to kind of commemorate the ending of the You Are Okay era and close one door and get ready for the next Maine album. But honestly, I haven't been like a super big fan of a lot of like live stream quote unquote concerts that have happened over the last like couple months. Mostly because they're just like in front of their computer, like playing an acoustic guitar and like singing along with it. But this concert was fucking amazing. It was just so high quality. It felt like I was actually at a show, which is so hard to do. Obviously
on
virtually.
A live stream.
Yeah.
It was so amazing. The production was absolutely incredible. Like it felt like a fully produced like concert film like how bands will like film their tour and do all this editing and then like put out this movie. It felt like that. Like it felt as good as if it were like recorded and fully produced. It was just like, it was amazing. It like gave me a little bit of life, like trying to get through this quarantine without concerts, and like probably there's a lot longer that we can't go to live shows. So I'm very excited that they like found a way to
really make it
feel real.
Yeah.
And they did a lot of really cool like pre-show and post-show stuff. Like before they did their sound check live, which was like, I was very nervous during their sound check because it was not sounding good. Like they were all like Jared's guitar whatever cord to the amp like wasn't working, so he had to like stand way far back because they only had a shorter cable. And like I was like, I don't know if this is gonna work very well. And it was like the audio just like wasn't sounding very good. And then they figured it all out, so that's what sound check's for. But it was
the
fun
magic
to, like,
of live
listen to
performances.
It's just magic. Yeah, but it was a really, really fun show. I enjoyed it quite a bit. They did like all of You Are Okay, like right in a row, back to front or front to back. And then they did a couple, probably like, I want to say like 5 to 7 songs like from the rest of their catalog, which was really nice. So it was the length of an actual concert, which was really cool. And Jono was just like his typical self, and I missed him a lot.
Big old
He's
goofball.
just one in a million.
Yeah, he really is. That's why I said that the main needs to cover Post Malone, because Jono would be an absolute ham doing that, and I would love it.
Oh yeah, I know. He's so funny. He was doing a lot of dad jokes kind of through. He just like, I feel like he's just a dad jokes person. He's really funny.
I can see that.
But there he was like, "You all sing at home," and then just like
Aww.
said every other word. I was like, "Oh God, he really misses this."
Yeah.
Well, that's like one of the best parts about a concert is when there's gang vocals
It really
with the crowd.
that made me
like,
think of that too. I was like, the best part of a show is like getting like those gang vocals with everyone around you and like getting to be part of that.
Yeah, because
That's,
it's
like,
really
the best part.
Yeah, it's really those moments where you know, the whole environment becomes one. You know, like a concert is about the everything, you know, the electricity between you and everybody else that loves it. And so when you can all connect in that one moment and sing with the vocalist and in a band that you love, is just, there's nothing like it.
I know. Did I do it in my living room alone?
Of course.
Yes. Yes, I did. But yeah, it was really fun. And they also, a little tidbit of news, they said album number 8 is 95% done.
Yes!
That's exciting.
So exciting!
I
Can't
know.
wait.
Can't wait. So that's my short review of the Flowers on the Grave live stream concert from the Maine. Y'all missed
Love
out.
it. I did. I'm a little upset about it after the fact. So, while, you know, bands have been figuring out these live stream concerts, here in New Jersey, where I am, we are reopening indoor music venues at 25%. And I have a lot of feelings. I am very excited, but I am also very terrified. Because so basically it's going to be the lesser of either 25% capacity or 150 people. And as long as people are wearing masks and social distancing, and they're only going to be able to serve food and drinks to seated customers. There's going to be no standing room. So it's going to be interesting because like venues like the Crossroads in Garwood, they're going to be able to like, you know, do this because it's kind of like a seated, there's like tables and all this kind of stuff, but like places like, you know, Stone Pony, Starland Ballroom, they're definitely going to be limited, but I'm sure, you know, they're going to make it work. They're going to probably bring in seats to have people like to fill in all the standing room because, you know, they need things to happen because, you know, despite things opening back up, the National Independent Venues Association is still petitioning Congress for aid for this industry. I think at least 40 theaters and clubs are members in New Jersey, so that's just New Jersey. Imagine the rest of the country. It's definitely something that's really affecting things. So like I said, I'm excited, one, because I might be able to go see a show. We'll see. I don't know if I'm going to feel comfortable. Two, it's definitely bringing back jobs for the bands we love and the people that run the places that we love to go to. But yeah, it's a little sketchy because we're not really sure how things are going to go come the fall, come the winter, and people have a hard time listening to rules. So
yeah, that's what I was just going to say. I'm wondering like how strict it's going to be. Like, I think it'll depend, like, how long this lasts might depend on how strict the venues are with, like, following all of these rules, because the second somebody gets COVID and, like, in the venue, they're just going to have to shut down again.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So.
And especially, like, Governor Murphy in New Jersey, he's been very, like, vigilant about, he's like, okay, well, if you guys aren't going to listen, I'm not going to move us forward in reopening. And so... we'll see. I don't know what other states have reopened or have stayed open, but that's an update.
My state never closed, y'all. Like, it's a shit show down here.
Well, there you go.
So, I really hope things go better up there than they did down here. I actually don't know about concert venues here, but I do know that every concert that I have wanted to go to was in a big venue, and the person canceled it, not so much that they, like, didn't have it, so, I don't know, man. I mean, I'm exhausted with this whole topic.
I know, me too, but you know what, it's the reality of what we live in, but that's why we're gonna move into fantasies, and we're gonna fantasize about the concerts that we could maybe see in the future. Alright, so we're going to kick it off with our ultimate concert lineup. And now, obviously, like, we go to shows, love them, and, it's always a fun time to, like, find a new band to listen to when you hear the openers, but you always want that, like, perfect ideal lineup. Like, one of my ideal lineups, which I actually got to experience twice, was when All Time Low and A Day to Remember opened for Blink-182. Like, three of my favorite bands.
Oh,
it was such a good
show.
Such a good show. And like so anyways, my ideal lineup. Are you guys ready for it? Because I've got a triple headliner. But we're going to start with the openers.
Okay.
So we've got... Now, we made a rule that we were allowed to use bands that weren't, like, really a thing anymore, or kind of changed. So, two of my openers, Cold Front, which they broke up, and I was really upset because I am obsessed with their one song, and then, like, I loved everything else, but this one song, it's Everything... shit.
I've never heard of them.
Me either.
Everything... It's called Everything You Want Me to Be, and it's so good, and you guys need to listen to it this instant. But anyways, as you listen to it, I'm going to continue with my thing. And then Real Friends with Dan Lambton. I'm going to put that little asterisk. Yeah. And then Grayscale and Meet Me at the Altar. So I've got 4 openers, guys. This concert's already, like, starting real strong.
Wow.
Yeah. And then... I don't go from opener to headliner. I've got sub-headliners. So,
that's how mine is arranged as well. Yes.
I didn't arrange them. I was just like, I want to see these 4 bands in concert. Bum. Like, that was it.
So then, my sub-headliners, we've got Broadside and With Confidence, which, Kelly, we saw them together.
Oh my god, that's...
And I don't know, I always just put them together in my head. I think because I also started listening to both that show, and I started listening to them at the same time. It was so perfect.
They really, like, are so complimentary at a show together. It's like they have the same, like, level of energy, I feel like, that it's at a show so perfect.
Yes, definitely. And then I'm gonna have Waster also as a sub-headliner, because I am obsessed with them. I've loved so many of their songs, like, off of Red, Green, and In Between. Something like that. That's one of their albums. And
Love them so much, but don't know the album titles.
Yeah, love them so much, but don't know the album titles. No, because I was obsessed over Identity Crisis. Like, I knew a lot of their songs, but I always forget what albums they're off of. But Identity Crisis, that album, front to back, obsessed. And then my final sub-headliner is Patent Pending, because, God, they are so fun live. I go, since I've been back in Jersey, I have gone to every one of their hometown shows for the holidays, and oh my God, it's so fun because it's like really small venues, so it's always really packed, lots of energy, the crowd's super into it, and Joe Ragosta, he is absolutely fantastic. He's so fun. He's got that, you know when All Time Low used to, like, talk a lot more during their sets? Like, I feel like they've kind of, like, settled a little.
They bullshitted a lot at the
they
beginning.
Bullshitted a lot more during, like, the So Wrong It's Right era, the Nothing Personal era. And
well, also, if you think about it, they have a lot less hits back then, so they kind of were like, would we rather play a song that no one really knows or, like, fill the time? Now they're like, we have a bunch of hits, we gotta get through them.
Yeah, that's true. But I do miss that. But, especially, like, at these hometown shows, Joe just kind of shoots the shit with everybody, and it's fantastic. And, like, the last show I went to, there was, like, a little kid up front, and it was funny because he kept, like, you know, like, cursing and, like, making, like, like, you know, dirty jokes and stuff, and he's like, just close your ears. Just
That's so cute.
So, yeah, they always bring a lot of energy, and I would want my sub-headliner set to end with Patent Pending, because that's a perfect setup for my triple headliner, which is, I'm sure we can all guess, Neck Deep,
All Time Low,
State Champs, and yes, All Time Low.
Yep. Wow.
And, you know,
I think I'm just like a stopover date on your tour.
Yeah. But this is what I want out of this triple headliner. You know, they'll play, like, individual, like, mini sets, but then they're gonna come on stage together, kind of like State Champs did with Simple Plan and We the Kings with their kind of collaboration song. They're gonna come on stage together and just, you know, like, kind of do like a set,
Super mashup.
Like a mashup set. Yeah, they're gonna sing together, like, All Time Low songs and then Neck Deep songs and then State Champ songs. This is what I want, and it needs to happen. That's my ultimate fantasy concert lineup. Whoa!
I'll go next because literally, like, clearly we have, like, pretty much the same tour. Except I'll throw like a little wrench in it. I'm gonna rearrange a couple things here. So mine would also have a decent amount of openers because you just have to. I feel like it's a day long. It's a day long festival.
Yeah, that's what I kind of felt about mine.
Thing.
It's like a one day thing.
Yeah. So to start, I had 3 sort of like slightly more like not mellow, but they have some more like of songs on the mellow side that aren't like party songs kind of that you can dance to. Grayscale, The Main, and The Cab, who
Ooh, The Cab. Good callback.
I thought about The Cab.
doesn't currently exist, but has existed and might exist in the future.
Interesting that The Main is one of your openers, considering, you know, they have their own festival.
I know. I don't know why I did that. I just, like, that's how I felt. Because I feel like those 3 go well
What probably
together.
is happening is that they're too busy on their own tour.
Yeah.
They need to just be an opener, quick in and out kind of
There you
thing,
go,
so they can
that's
get
what-
back to their
So
tour.
then I'm allowing them to, like, have fun the rest of the day because I really care for them. So I'm doing it for them. There we go. Okay, then I can just hang out with them all day. That's
Exactly,
so great,
there you
'cause
go.
It's my festival, so yeah. Okay, so that's kind of like my first wave. And then wave 2, you said this, With Confidence and Broadside, one after the other. That's like wave 2. And then this is the wrench I'm going to go ahead and throw into it before the also triple headliner, which is the exact same as yours. How cool would it be? Just like a short, like 90s like mashup type like DJ or something as an intermission. So like
Ooh.
I
So, like,
I always like
between
when
the
there's,
like openers and the
between the openers and the headliners, there's like a 90s DJ
Ooh.
type thing
here
to
for
get
that.
you like pumped up for the final headliners.
Would we
and
be
also,
the DJs?
like, that would be a good time to go get
Ooh.
merch and like go do things and like stuff like
Oh.
that, but also get pumped while you're doing
Look
it.
at you thinking like logistically about a concert festival. Yeah.
Kelly's just thinking of the whole experience.
Thank you. Yes.
I'm like, I just picture, well, when you were talking before about, you're like, I just want to spend the whole day with them. I'm just picturing, like, you in a tense, like, Coachella vibes, but with them next to you, like, in, like, the VIP tent with, like, champagne and shit. Like,
That's very ideal.
She's got like the big flouncy hat on, like a cute little summer dress.
yes, but then the second the headliner started, the hat comes off. She's got shorts underneath and being like, ah!
Yeah, but with her flouncy hat and her summer dress, she's got, you know, her Converse on, obviously.
Well, obviously.
Yeah.
You're making me picture this way too easily right now. I'm getting too excited. Yeah, and then so the show closes with State Champs, Neck Deep, and All Time Low.
Oh, wow. What a surprise.
Yeah, I'm so unique. That's it. Would you go?
I'd go.
I would 100% go. Would you go to mine?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're the same
I
fucking
would.
show, so yeah.
Hey, not exactly.
Do you have a VIP tent like I do, though? I don't know.
Of course I do.
With champagne?
Duh. And I have
Actually,
about...
I don't even want champagne unless there's orange
Mimosas.
juice with it. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
mimosas.
can't drink champagne anymore. Yeah, okay.
Oh, no,
I'm in.
mine's gonna have a bouncy castle, okay? So...
Oh, no. Yeah, I don't bounce, so...
Me either. Every single time I've gone into a bouncy castle, I roll my ankle and then end up, like, on crutches.
Brie, you're just so accident prone.
I really am. Well, also, I've sprained my left ankle 6 times and my right ankle 5 times. Like,
Oh, good.
my ankles are so goddamn
Oh,
weak.
God. Once you do it once, they're just like a jello. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. My concert's a little bit shorter of a list, but I did add, as we were going through, I'm like, I gotta add this person. So we're starting off with, I don't know if I want to break it up into, you know, opener and second tier opener. No, we're just gonna go with openers. So we're gonna go with Forever the Sickest Kids.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Nice throwback. But, like,
Basically-
what kind of Forever the Sickest Kids? Are we talking underdog alma mater or, like, Jack?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Yeah. Actually, I like them both, but I like them both now that I think about it. But more vibing on the underdog one, but like
Oh, yeah.
maybe a couple songs off of Jack. So them basically because they were one of the first people I saw at Warped Tour, so I like would needed that for the nostalgia. Paramore, but like Riot era Paramore, maybe.
Oh.
I can't think of the next album after that, but maybe a couple songs off of that one, but mainly
Brand New
just
Eyes?
Riot. Yes. But
Don't want the butterfly.
mainly
Yeah.
yeah.
Brand New Eyes.
Yeah, that's what I was literally thinking Butterfly in my head, but I couldn't think of the name of it. But yeah, mainly Paramore with Riot era stuff, so like Misery Business, all that kind of stuff. We the Kings, but again, the Sunshine State of Mind back. I'm digging into when I actually listen to this stuff on the regular.
So this is like a nostalgia tour.
Yeah, I love it.
Yes, but then the headliners are not.
Okay.
So we have a dual headliner, and
Ooh.
we're going for a mashup vibe.
Okay.
So my headliners are All Time Low
Of course.
and Lady Gaga.
Oh.
I'm here for it.
Here's my reasoning. One, can you just imagine Lady Gaga coming in on Remembering Sunday and singing the girl part of that?
Ah.
Yep. Can you imagine Alex, coming in on Just Dance and doing like the pseudo rap part?
Oh. Okay.
That would be interesting.
I mean,
I
because he
really
pseudo
need-
raps in general.
Well, especially after doing the Monsters cover, where he has to rap Black Bear's part. I would love to see that.
That's my point.
And then speaking of which, I would love, like, her fan base is called Little Monsters, like, she is Mother Monster, you know, the song Monsters. I would just love to see that whole thing. And also, we all know that Jack is a fucking strange human being, and I would just love
And
to
we
see
love
him
him
like
for it.
embrace him. But I would love to see him embrace that side and like dress up as like one of her like iconic outfits, like in the background being a dick while she's
Yes.
performing.
Like
Oh my
they did
God. That
in
would be
their
great.
I Feel Like Dancing video.
Correct.
Yes. Okay, I'm feeling this. I want this to happen. Like, who do we
Yeah.
contact?
This would be pretty cool.
Well, especially because she's known for doing weird mashups. Like, she did a whole jazz album with fucking, oh god, what's his name? Tony Bennett? Yeah, Tony Bennett. So I would love to see her, like, kind of revert back into that. Because the funny part is, the first time I saw Lady Gaga was at a concert that also had All Time Low. This
Really?
was back, I was in high school. It was the, like, summer kickoff concert for the radio station by me. They had Lady Gaga, All Time Low, Pitbull, and someone else, I forget. But it was at Six Flags, so you just bought the Six Flags ticket and you got to go for free.
That makes sense.
And yeah, she wore, it was like right when the Fame came out. And yeah, it was awesome. So I would love to see them actually
Like, a
do
more
like a huge-
interaction.
yeah, like they could easily, like, she could easily do backup vocals on their songs and then they can play for her actual songs. And then, yeah, I just think it would be so cool.
Yes, 100% would go. Yes.
Also, I'm still saying this, even though I love All Time Low, Lady Gaga was the best concert I've ever been to. I cried. It was a whole thing. So,
Well, she
I
is
would just
quite
love
the performer, so I can understand that.
the theatrics are just mwah, chef's kiss.
Awesome. So, those are absolute fantasy ideal mega tours. And we want to hear about your tours, so hit us up at the Moshpit Pod on Facebook and Instagram. And now we're going to move into our, like, hybrid super band that, what, like, picking and choosing people. Like, we're going to play, like, Puppet Master here.
So, my super band, we have Josh Farrow from Paramore playing guitar.
Ooh, okay.
All right.
I dig.
Mainly because of the opening riff in Misery Business. That's all I could, when I was
that's like
thinking
the sole
guitars,
reason.
That's all I could think of. That's the sole reason. I just need that. But for lead vocals, you got Ollie from Broadside.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So good.
Travis Barker on drums because duh.
Ooh, yeah.
Of course.
I see.
And for bass, I have Zach from All Time Low because duh.
Well, yeah. I mean, we all need, because he's awesome with his pink bass and all of that, but, we always need some eye candy.
Exactly.
Always. That's pretty good. I feel like that would be a pretty good band.
Especially with Travis Barker coming in with his like Travis Barker's old and tattooed and crazy. I need something to look at besides.
It's definitely an interesting thing because, I think each of these bands have, like, very, like, despite being all, like, similar genre and everything, they have very different
sounds.
Yeah, like, in particular, like, Broadside compared to Paramore compared to, like, All Time Low.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, All Time Low and
sound
Blink.
like.
Yeah. It's very, I would totally go see this band and see what they come up with.
For sure. So, the singer of my band is Alex DeLeon.
Ooh, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Formerly of The Cab, currently Bones. He's just amazing. He has the voice of an angel. I don't know. He could sing, like... He could sing, like, row, row, row your boat, and I would listen every day. Guitarist is Jared Monaco of The Maine.
Ah, yes.
He's amazing. He's like, really a very, very skilled guitarist. So he would be lead guitar. And my drummer would be Jess Bowen, because girl power, and she's a beast. So she's my drummer. And bass, I was a little iffy on bass because I want to say Zach, but then I was thinking about maybe Pete Wentz.
Ooh, I completely forgot about Fall Out Boy.
Who's that?
Well,
Yeah, so like we're still doing auditions for the bass player. So the jury's still out on bass, but we've got Alex, Jared, and Jess holding down the rest of the band.
Well, since we're doing a fantasy section, I'm going to cross this over into sports a little bit. We're just going to say that Zach was taken off the board already.
Oh, because you already picked him.
Like a fantasy draft.
Oh, wait.
No, I'm just
bullshit.
I'm not serious. I meant more to help her make a decision.
I got really upset for a second.
Now that's the rule because you got so mad.
Well, now I have to do it all over again. Bananas.
No, like, Mish, that was literally just so Kelly would make a decision and like pick someone.
Pete Wentz it is. All right, my band is complete.
Since we didn't put fantasy rules into effect before we chose the band, I'll start with my drummer and my bassist because they overlap with you guys. I picked Jess Bowen because she's an animal and she's the reason I want to learn to drum. And Zach Merrick because I'm in love with him and we're going to get married one day.
You would scare wait, first of all, earlier in this episode you literally said you don't believe in marriage. Part 2, you are so intense. You would scare the ever-living shit out of that poor quiet boy.
Yeah, that's okay. Whatever. But obviously, like, I don't believe in marriage, so we're not ever going to actually get married.
Fantasy.
Exactly, it's a fantasy. So, yeah. So, drummer, Jess Bowen, bassist, Zach Merrick. And then we're going to go into the guitars. Lead guitarist, Alex Garcia from Mayday.
Oh, okay.
Because, you know, I picked people from a lot of high energy bands, and Mayday's got really that emo vibe, so I feel like he'd bring it down a notch.
Pull it down.
To, kind of give it a little bit of more emotion. Yeah, nice little balance. And then rhythm, Kennedy Brock. Yeah, because I feel like, you know, it's a nice compliment to he's also from a high energy band, the main.
But he also does like backing vocals too. He's
yes,
a really
exactly.
good backing vocalist.
Exactly. My next
Good choice. Nice pick.
Thanks. And so I think they would complement each other well on guitar. And then vocalist, just mentioned them earlier, Joe Ragosta from Patent Pending, because God, he puts on such a good live show, and I just need him, you know, right there doing it big. I think he would bring everybody together nicely, create like a nice little cohesive family unit, musical unit. Yes,
musical unit. Yeah, that sounds like a fun one. I like that.
Yeah,
I'm into it.
That's my band.
I'd buy a ticket.
Same. All of our bands should go on tour together.
Oh my God, that would be amazing.
And that way Zach could just go from band to band. He doesn't
exactly.
And he just play for like 5
He'll just
hours
stay on
straight
stage the entire time.
Yeah.
Even during when they switch bands and there's no one on stage, it's just Zach with his big guitar.
Yeah, it's great.
He's like the transition, because you know the bass kind of is like a transition instrument. Like he's just sitting there like doo 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 doo.
Yeah, till the rest of them get ready. There you go.
Exactly, as they set up and everything. It's perfect. All right, so our final fantasy item is a fantasy merch item. So,
we're not talking clothes, right? We're talking like something they probably wouldn't make, but like I want.
But like everything is a fantasy merch item right now. Like I just really want to buy everything.
Yeah, right.
I see. It all looks so amazing.
Right? Like I think it's because we're all locked up and we're all like,
yeah.
I need to do things. If I were at a merch stand at a show right now, I would probably buy
one of everything.
One of everything.
My credit card would be very unhappy with me.
I'll preface this though. So this isn't my merch item, but like it feels like an absolute fantasy merch item because I can't get anything grayscale. Like I just can't. I always like they tease it on their Instagram that their merch is gonna drop, and then I forget about. I'm like all hyped about it, and then I forget that it's happening, and then the second I go check, everything is sold out.
Yeah, it's miserable.
It is a fantasy, like being able to get anything grayscale. So the Moshpit wants your stuff grayscale. Please
send it along.
We don't even want it for free. We'll pay for it. Just say it was some shit.
I would love to give you my money that I don't have. But I would love for you to have it so that I can have a t-shirt or like literally anything.
I'm really feeling their crop top hoodies. That's what I'm feeling.
Yeah, those were cool. They had an Asbury hoodie too.
Yeah, I saw those too. I like those.
That went real fast. All right.
Anyways, my fantasy merch item. So as we said, it's not something boring like clothes. And so, you know, for me, though they've been quite inactive for a few years. But as far as I'm aware, they are not broken up. So I still have hope. What I want is Hit the Lights, Rock'em Sock'em Boppers.
Oh.
Like a Rock'em Sock'em Robot?
Like the you know like the big
the actual
punching
things you
gloves,
wear.
the big blow up fists.
Oh.
Do they
Could
have
you-
splatter paint on them?
Of course. Just
Yeah.
like
The
What's it called?
album
Whatever
cover?
that album is.
skip school, start fights, hit, right? Is that what it's
Yeah.
called? Skip school,
I think
start
so.
fights?
I think that's what it is.
I
It's
think
one of the only
something
Hit the
like
Lights
that.
albums like I know.
Yeah, it's like the yellow, pink, and blue.
Yeah, skip
Yeah.
school, start fights.
Hit the lights.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Yeah, it rhymes. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, and because like you think about obviously skip school, start fights, fight sock 'em boppers, and then like they have body
That's
bag.
a
They have
good
such
one.
they have such intense songs. Like,
Body
could
Bag
you
is such a
imagine
good
just
song.
like moshing with the boppers on? Like, how
Well,
fun
no,
would that
because
be?
that's dangerous, and we don't support
Michelle.
violence here.
I
but-
physically have gotten hurt so many times.
No, but it's it's not dangerous because those are just like it'd be so much better than a fist or an elbow. Are you kidding?
Well, here's the thing though, is that you and I and Kelly would have fun with it. We would be safe about it. But there's some dickhead teenager who's like 13, thinking he's a hot shot in the pit, who would literally just walk up to people and like punch them as hard as humanly possible, rather than just like moshing.
See, you know what I actually think? I don't think it'd be a 13-year-old. I think it'd be a 30-year-old dude with his shirt
yeah.
off.
Oh, that's fair. Or like a really drunk guy who's like falling
Oh,
and
yeah.
doesn't even mean to do it, but ends up like just killing everyone in the process.
Yes, exactly. But I still want it, and it needs to happen. Even if it's not Hit the Lights, anybody, just give me those boppers and for the pit.
All right, I'll go next. So I have two, because one I've mentioned on the show before, so it kind of like doesn't count. So my first one is from All Time Low. I would really like to see a kaleidoscope, a branded kaleidoscope,
Yes,
because
you've mentioned.
Melancholy Kaleidoscope, which I said, I believe, during the album review. But I still think that would be really, really cool. And I've never owned a kaleidoscope, and I really want one. But now I'm like set on having an all-time low one. So I like, out of pure, what's the word I'm looking for? Stubbornness. Yeah, I won't get one unless it's an all-time low one.
I'm surprised you've never had a kaleidoscope. They were such like a thing in the 90s when we were kids.
No, like I used them in school or something. Like they gave
Yeah.
us them for like activities and whatever. But I never owned one. I don't think that I can remember. So that's item number one. And item number two, I'm really into those like little crank music boxes. Because I played you Happy Birthday on it. Yeah.
Yes.
I want like one of those with a pop punk song on it. And I don't
You know,
really
that'd
care
be-
what song it is. Just like
That
a
would be
fun-
really cool for like any band. That'd be like a cool little Etsy item.
Anything.
Like it just be like, like you make up on and sell
Yeah,
them.
you
like,
can do them custom, like whatever song you want. You can like
Yeah.
make a little music box for it, and you have to probably like play it really fast if it's an upbeat
Yeah.
one. But whatever.
it's like a workout.
Yeah. Those are my
You guys have
items that
such-
I would like to have.
You guys have such good interactive things. Like, I
Yeah.
literally just went to the music video that I haven't been able to get out of my head, and I'm not a big music video person. I honestly just want a stuffed werewolf from the music video Monsters.
Oh, that's cute. 'cause
I
it
just
is
want, I
cute.
want the werewolf at the end howling at the moon, or even like the guys as like the monsters, but like I just want the werewolf as a stuffed animal that I can sleep with.
That's so cute.
Aww. Yeah, I mean that would be a lot of fun. All the like characters they have in that music video for stuffed animals, that would be fun.
That would be
I could
fun.
I could get behind some Funko Pops too of those little guys.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that'd be cute. And I think it'd be cool like for not only All Time Low with like those characters, but anybody who has like something that they could turn into a stuffed animal. I mean, honestly, any band could turn themselves into stuffed animals. But like, like boyfriends would probably it'd be like a cute gift for like boyfriends to give like pop punk girlfriends. I think that would be a good gift.
Yeah,
So,
that's cute.
Also, my other thought process. I have one more actually that just came to mind as you said, pop punk girlfriends. I want.
What is this
a
gonna
crown.
be?
I want a crown that like has like ridiculous like paint splatter, but not because of Hit the Lights. Just I want it to look really ridiculous because of the punk pop princess. You could be my punk rock princess. I could be
from
your
something
crush.
corporate. Yeah.
Thank you. I could not think of the band's name. I want a crown that somehow is like very punk in look. I mean, obviously not like glitter and gold and shit, but like I don't know. It's like black and white checkered, and it's got
yeah.
You know what I mean?
It could have like a leather traced kind of outline,
Yeah,
or like a studded belt.
Oh my god. Yes, but
beautiful.
not to actually wear. I would like put it on like a shelf as like a.
I would wear that to every concert.
Oh,
I know
God.
you would. Well, considering you were the one who was talking about how you were going to wear one of those studded belt masks when concerts come back.
I would totally wear that too. Well, I think, you know what I think? I think all these items, bands should take note and get a little more creative with their merch, because I would. God, can you imagine how much of all those things people would buy? They'd be like, "This is so cool. This is different." So you know what? Maybe
Rather than
we'll
the t-shirts that we get every time.
Yeah, maybe we'll do cool ass merch, unlike unlike the bands. That's what
Someday,
we'll do.
or even just our own. We need to start,
for
we need to start
ourselves.
working on Moshpit merch.
Yeah, exactly.
For our 30 listeners.
For our 30 listeners.
Wear it with pride.
But so that's these emo kids' fantasies about what we would like to see happen in the scene. I don't know why I was so pointed.
You
in
sound
saying
like
all
robotic.
that. I did sound robotic. I think I was just trying to figure out what I wanted to
You're
say.
still in fantasy land.
I'm still in Fantasyland. My head's in the clouds. Well, that is all we've got for you this time around. So again, give us a follow at the Moshpit Pod on Facebook and Instagram. Let us know your stuff. We'll post a bracket so you guys can kind of have some fun with it. And, let us know what you want to hear from us, because, we've got some more track by tracks probably coming soon. We've got a lot of other fun things planned. But what do you want to hear besides music news? Because we're always going to do that, because, things are always changing. So we're going to keep going. Got to stay current. Got to stay relevant, as Brienne well knows.
Ouch.
I don't appreciate the call out.
Love you. And we also love you, our listeners. So until next time, #Mosh on. Motherfuckers.
It was such a good little
Oh my
whisper.
god.
Okay.